working on right now is I'm preparing a blood slide to look at microscopically and to stain. So I have my EDTA tube right here. I'm going to mix this 4 to 6 times, just gently invert it back and forth. I'm not shaking it vigorously, but just gentle. And then once I get that mixed, I've got a capillary tube and I'm going to fill this tube. So let the capillary action just pull it right up. I don't need much in the tube for this. I just need to be able to put a drop on my microscope slides. So I'm going to put just a small drop of blood, about 1 centimeter away from the frosted end of the slide. Okay, and then I'm going to hold the slide, and I'm going to take my push air slide. I'm going to hold it about 30 to 45 degree angle, and I'm going to slide it back till the drop of blood spreads, and then slide it forward. Okay, and that's making my blood smear. I always do a couple of them because some of them will turn out good and some of them won't so much, so I like to have some spares to work with. I'm going to put a little drop on and take my pusher slide, draw it back to the blood spreads, and then slide it forward. Okay, I'll go ahead and do one more. Make sure I get what I need with these slides. A little drop of blood on there. And then I'm going to pull back with my slide and slide forward. Okay. So then I'm going to take these slides and just set them to dry right here. I'm going to put them with the butt slide down and let them air dry for 1 to 2 minutes. And then once those are dry, I'm going to stain them. I've got my Diff Quick right here, so I have my first one, the fixative, and then the second one, the ethane. And then my third right here is the methylene blue. Okay, so what I'm looking for on these slides as it's drying, I can show you. I am wanting something at least 1 inch in length when I'm looking at my slide or my smear, and not quite the width of the slide. I'm also looking for like a gradual curve on the end of the blood smear, and then the feathered edge that you can kind of see here. What I'm looking for with that, when I'm looking at it microscopically, I want to be able to see a single layer of cells, and that's why I'm looking for the gradual transition from where it's thick and gradually sliding it out till I have a single layer of cells to view microscopically. So that's what I'm looking for in the blood smear. So I'm just going to let those dry for another minute and then I will stain them. So my blood smears have been drying now, and just air drying for about 3 minutes. So I'll go ahead and hold this so you can kind of see what we're looking at right here so you can get a closer view. I'm wanting something that's really smooth without any streaks or smears through it, and it also has the feathered edge in the back with a gradual curve. So I've got a couple different slides so I can kind of see one that works better when we're looking at it microscopically. I like to leave one unstained, so I've got 3. I will stain these 2. Okay? So I've got my 3 stains right here. I'm going to do 10 1-second dips in each. So I'm just going to start with my fixative right here and just do 10 dips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just let that dry a little bit. And come over to the second one, the Usin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the third, the methylene blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so after dipping it in the third one, I'm just going to take it to the sink and I'm going to gently rinse off the back of the slide. And then I'm going to let it continue to air dry. I'm going to let it sit with the butt end down again right here, and I'm just going to let it air dry. And then I'll go ahead and stain my second slide also the same way. 10 1-second dips in each. So the fixative, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the second dip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the third, methylene blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and I'm again going to just rinse off the back of the slide. And then I will allow this one to air dry also, sitting butt down. So then I'll let you zoom in closer so you can see this here. And this is what my stained slide is going to look like. So once that dries, we can take a look at that microscopically, and the stain is going to allow us to see, be able to differentiate a little bit better the cells we're looking at. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the patient's information on this, their name, dry off the frosted end a little better, their name, and the client's last name. And the species. Okay, and I'll do the same on this one. And then I'm going to leave these to dry, and we'll take a look at them in a little bit.